Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Today is December 29, 2020. It's a Tuesday. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Wanted to come here because I just came back from the Lord & Taylor's here in town at the Danburyfairmall. Let me just tell you something. Today is the last day for that store right here in the mall. Just like many other stores, as we know, I think since like 2017, we saw the retail industry just kind of falling apart. In 2020, everything kind of like took over more because of the pandemic, so a lot of businesses started closing. And all of that, but it's just sad to me to see so many stores closing. Especially, I remember the first time I came to the mall, coming here to Danbury, and I saw Lord & Taylor's, and I was so fascinated by the design of their logo. And then, growing up here in the city and all of that, Lord & Taylor's was very upscale to us. So you will go there a lot of the times just to kind of walk around. I did had the opportunity to work in many stores in the mall, doing fashion, visual merchandising and fashion things and things like that. So Lord & Taylor to me was always very upscale. And I really didn't really shop there, but I really liked going there just to see a lot of the displays. I know about 2 years ago they kind of like cranked up a lot of their displays, so I remember going there and visiting and just seeing how modern and more relevant the store looked, in the sense that a lot of the displays started bringing more mannequins in. So having my background in visual merchandising, I was able to see, I'm like, okay, so Lord & Taylor's is upscaling. They're upping their game when it comes to visual merchandising. Like, they're doing more things, bringing a lot of mannequins, since, they started looking a lot more like the more discounted store, like a JCPenney type Macy's too, because it's the signs of the times. They had to somehow relate to a low a customer that could at least afford their merchandise, because as we all know these days, people are either shopping online or they're not shopping at all. So you have to change with the times. You have to change what you do and see what's moving and what's not moving, and see also where you're located. I think location has a lot to do with it. But anyways, I just came from there. I was not gonna go. I almost forgot to go. I knew today was the last day, so I went real quick. They're closing at 9 p.m. today. Still, it's around 7. It's 7:13 right now. Anyways, so I was talking to some of the employees, and I said, they right now they really have like maybe 3 sales rack of clothing. Everything else is just fixtures and merch and mannequins, and which that's exactly what I was looking for. So that's why I like to wait a lot of the times towards the end, to see what they have, especially a lot of the displays too. But anyways, just talking to some of the employees, and I said, when do you guys find out that you guys were closed? And she said, we were closed for COVID. We were closed in March for a few months, and then we opened July 3rd. And I said, yeah, I knew something was up with Lord & Taylor's the minute I saw the 5th Avenue flagship store was closing in. And she said, yeah, we all know. We knew that. Why would they close their flagship store and keep the little stores open? So I guess that's kind of was the talk, I guess, about amongst the employees. They kind of knew it was going to happen. It's still sad to see a store, let's say how long they were open. And they were founded, guys, 194 years ago. You know the history that company has? And I like learning, my entrepreneurial background. Like, I like learning a lot about stores, how they open, who founded them, what was the idea behind it. Just learning how they started, what was the main purpose of why they started. Because a lot of the stores that you see, they start as something else. Just to let you know, I know a little bit about Kohl's, and Kohl's began as a hardware store. Who would have thought that a hardware store would turn into what it is now. So anyways, talking about Lauren Taylor. So today is the last day for our store here in town. The flagship in New York City closed, I think, a couple years ago, maybe last year. And the companies, they declared bankruptcy and all of that. It's still very sad. It's the signs of the time. Yes, people can say, well, they were around for a long time. Yeah, that's true, but it's such an institution. The same thing will happen with Sears, because you can compare, let's say, a Sears or a Lauren Taylor's, you can compare it with, let's say, a Forever 21, because Forever 21 wasn't founded like years ago. It was around for a while, but it wasn't like that much compared to these two main stores like Sears and Lauren Taylor's, and even JCPenney. JCPenney got bought now, so I don't think they're closing at this point. But the same thing with like a Brooks Brothers, which is known worldly, has many stores throughout the world, and they were founded in 1818. It was the first retailer ever. But anyways, so I went there. The people that are there doing the last shift at the store, because today's the last day. It was just it was great to kind of like talk to them a little bit. It's hard. I mean, so many people lost their job. Not only this is a 2-floor store. It's a huge, massive spot at the mall, so the mall is gonna lose that rent, and that's another business that's going under, another spot that's gonna be empty. There's so many empty retail spaces, and it's just sad to see, because every time you see an empty space, it's another person who lost their job. But anyways, I was able to get 2 mannequins. They were so kind. They said, just pay me what you want to pay. It's so easy to take advantage of that too. So, you have to be reasonable and always remember that God is watching you too. They were so kind. A lot of people, they are getting like fixtures and stuff like that. And one person said, I'm getting a mannequin because I sell things online. I'm like, that's great, because that's what you do, right? You want to display nice. But anyways, I went there, made a video, took a bunch of photos. I felt like I was by myself in the store. They let me go up to the 2nd floor and nobody was there. So I was there, I had the store by myself on the 2nd floor, which is very like hard to believe that they let me do that. And then everybody wanted to come up after that, of course. But here's the video. I want to share it with you guys. This is the end of another retail giant, an institution of the American department store chain. The last day for Lauren Taylor's. I know a lot of other locations are closing today too. I don't think any other store of Lauren Taylor's will keep open after the new year. I don't think so. But anyways, here's the video so you guys can see it. It's a little nostalgic, but that's just another signs of the time. So today is the last day for Lauren Taylor's, December 29, 2020. Here's the video, guys. Bye.